And my kids will be driving in the car, as you can see. My friends, my family, you guys will be driving the car. We're going to do everything we possibly can to make sure that this is the safest car in the world. And in fact, we're aiming to have this car be 5-star crash rated on every category. And we think that this car will actually be the only car that's 5-star in every category without exception. And the way we can do that, if you look at the crash video, now most companies are pretty reluctant to show this. But normally what you've got in the front is you've got a huge engine. And when you've got a huge engine, you're forced to compromise between having a short crumple zone or having the engine into the passenger compartment. The big advantage that we have here with the electric car that's really fundamental is that there's no big engine there, and so you've got a long crumple zone to absorb the impact. So you can see that this is a car driving into a concrete wall, and you look at the area where the driver and passenger are, it's undamaged. You can literally drive into a concrete wall and step out of the car. It's just not possible with the other types of cars where you've got a huge engine in front. The battery pack also helps with side impact, where the battery pack being the floor of the car, it's a very rigid structure and prevents side pole intrusion, which is very important. So that's really first and foremost to make sure that the car is as safe as possible. Then in terms of performance, the car, the basic car will do under 0-60, under 300, 0-60 under 6 seconds. And because the battery pack is in the floor pan, and you've got that very low center of gravity, the center of gravity is in line with the axle. So you don't have the front and rear dive that you normally have in a car. You know, instead of a normal gasoline car, it's like having a sort of bubblehead effect, where you've got a mass on a spring, and it's constantly wanting to move in one direction or another. But here, because the battery pack is in line with the axle, it feels more like a race car, even though it's an luxury sedan. So it has handling that's really unsurpassed in the four-door category. And the reason we're able to get to that high level of performance and to high safety is because the car is designed with an all-aluminum structure. So if it was steel, it would be too heavy. So as an all-aluminum structure, it's still able to maintain that safety and still be light and agile as a car. So that's in terms of performance. Going into the inside of the car, as an electric car, it's important that the sound be really good, because you can actually hear the sound really well. So our goal here is to have a car that's incredibly quiet in all respects, but has a great sound system. And then in terms of the center display, it's a 17-inch touchscreen. It's like a giant iPad. So you can do things like obviously navigation. You can go to full screen. You can go to the internet.
You read the Times while you're driving?
from BBC to KCRW, you can get that access right here. Obviously, it'll sync with your iPhone and Android or Android phone seamlessly, and download all the songs so they can be locally stored on the car. Play the Rolling Stones. So now what it's doing is, it's using Google Voice, doing voice recognition on what I asked for, then going to Slack and picking up a list of potential songs. So that's just basically pulling it off the internet. So you can have access to any song, any band, anytime, at will. The car controls just visually represent the car, so it just shows things like sunroof is. This is actually, I think, the largest panoramic roof on any car. In fact, it's the closest thing to being in a convertible with the car without the car actually being a convertible. It's a huge, huge opening. And then, in terms of climate, we really wanted such that climate is something that you really never need to think about very much. So, being an electric car, the power source is always there. So if you leave the car in a hot or cold environment, the car is going to attempt to maintain temperature automatically for a couple of hours. So if you're in the snow or it's a really hot day, you're not going back to a frozen car or a really hot car. You're going back to a car that's comfortable. And then the car will gradually step the temperature down or up in order to conserve power. But then even if you come to the car the next morning, it's still going to be a reasonable temperature. It'll keep it above freezing point and below steering, sort of keep it in a comfortable range. So the car's going to try to be intelligent and try to predict what would my driver want me to do. I mean, this seems like a really obvious thing. Like the car should be trying to do the things you probably want it to do. So that's going to be, I think, pretty cool. Yeah. So there's so much that I can't, in this short period of time, get into all the details of the car, but there's so much that's going to surprise and delight you that I think you'll be super happy with the car when you get it. And that's the next question. What I'd really like you to do is, as much as possible, be ambassadors for electric vehicles. One of the tough things that we'll face is there's pretty powerful entrenched interests that they don't want electric cars to get out there. They're really it's tough fighting the Exxons of the world that are making $10 billion a quarter. We need your help, is what I'm saying. So So we need your help to go up there and say, hey, I saw this car, I drove it, it's real. Electric cars can be better than gasoline cars. Because that's the story that the entrenched interests want you to believe, is that electric cars can't work. The truth is they don't want them to work. And here it is. They would say that this car is the equivalent of a unicorn. Well, I mean, tonight you had an opportunity to ride a unicorn. So, yeah. And not just the car, but also the factory. The manufacturing team has done an amazing job. I mean, if you can believe it, we moved into this factory 12 months ago. So the changes, all the robots, all the lines that you see here were put together in 12 months. Where will we be in another 12 months? Pretty far. So in closing, let me just say thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate the fact that you've traveled and you've come here, especially to see this car. Thank you for your help in promoting electric vehicles, being part of the revolution. We really think of you as being part of the Tesla family. You're not just customers, you're really part of the family. Thank you. I can't thank you enough.